go Mavs! Beat the Heat! Let's go Mavs!
If I want something, I'ma go get it. At first it be all struggle, then it's all credit. See, back in the day, getting on was mad hectic. Looking for my start in hip-hop like Cedar and Sedgwick. I knew I loved music, idea sparked the fuse lit. I had talent and knew it, but had yet to prove it. Yo, I ran the ciphers in the...
Welcome to the 16, the 2011 Dallas Mavericks playoff run. Here it is. It's let's mark the date on this one for you. It's 6/4/2011. We're in between games 2 and 3 of the NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat. And the scene has shifted from Miami, and we're going to be in Dallas for the next 3 games. And possibly the momentum has shifted as well. Just when you thought the Dallas Mavericks would surprise you, and keep your Dallas surprises, well, guess what? They scored another surprise. They find a way to amaze us, believe it or not. And Game 2 offered us another opportunity to have a jaw-dropping, oohing and howling comeback. The Mavericks, I'll go into the comeback in just a little bit, but let me just go to the nuts and bolts here. Mavericks are down. Mavericks and Heat are tied at 1-1. Going into a very pivotal Game 3, and why that pivotal game is so pivotal, Game 3, little history behind the Game 3. And I'll tell you that in just a little bit. But this series could have gone 2-0 either way. The Heat had their opportunity to go 2-0. And then the Mavericks kind of, had some change of plans of making that happen. They didn't cooperate with the Miami Heat much. Dirk Nowitzki and the boys came back big again. But I'll tell you this much though. Mavericks could have gone 2-0. And I'll tell you why. If you recall in Game 1, Mavericks left a lot of points on the court. I've counted 6-7 missed easy shots. Missed layups, missed in-close shots. There also a missed free throws here and there. And if I recall, there was a slam dunk that was missed as well. And if you combine that with all those offensive rebounds that the Miami Heat gathered up, if you took away some of those offensive rebounds and not given those extra opportunities for them, Mavericks could have won Game 1. And they could have gone up 2-0. On the other hand, you're pushing history because in 2006, the Mavericks were up 2-0, and we all know what happened. Big collapse. Well, we're tied at 1, and I'll tell you what, another big comeback for the Mavericks again. A big, epic, historic, call it what you will. But I want to go back into history. The last time a NBA team in the finals was down 15 points and routed 1. 1992, Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. You might have heard of Michael Jordan. Yeah, that Michael Jordan. And all those championships that they won. And they had to overcome a 50-point lead. Mavericks did the same thing. Could this be another defining moment on a championship run? We shall see within the next few days. But this is how the comeback began. When LeBron James hit a 3-point basket, the game was at 88-73, 6:20 left in the fourth quarter, and celebrations were starting all over the place on that bench. Actually, the celebrations happened in front of the Maverick bench. That kind of made some folks mad. Made Jason Terry mad, made Dirk mad. The whole bench came together and just said, we got a job to do. You want to go down 2-0? Or you want to come up 1-1 and have a real good shot to get to Dallas? Well, the comeback was on. 22-5 run to close out the game. The last 9 points, Dirk Nowitzki scored. And if you're wondering, how's that hand of his, that left hand he injured in Game 1? If you saw that little dip move to go around Chris Bosh and get that layup that won the game, the hand's pretty good. Pretty good right now. And when Dwayne Wade had that desperation shot to tie the game, my burning image of that series, of that game up to this point, was Dwayne Wade laying down the court while a whole bunch of people in blue and silver jerseys was hopping around celebrating. And yes, this celebration counted because this one happened after the game. Yes, something about the Heat. You know, you gotta play 48 minutes worth of basketball. And for some reason, they stopped playing. And the Mavericks went ahead and played. You know, I love these dramatic comebacks for the Mavericks, but, you know, you gotta figure out why they have to come back. They did some things wrong along the way to put them in that hole. And you don't want to see your team coming back after again and again and again and again. I mean, we love the drama out of this, but there's a reason why they were in that 15-point hole. Turnovers. Lots of them. Mavericks gave up the ball 20 times, and the Heat converted that into 31 points. I had to look at my calendar to see what month I was in, whether it's June or December, because the Mavericks were giving away gifts to the Heat, and the Miami Heat said, hey, thank you very much. And they put on like a slam dunk competition for the third quarter. I will say this though, the Mavericks came out pretty well in the first two quarters. I mean, they pretty much dominated the action, and then towards the end of the first half, Miami got that 9-0-1 run, and that run carried over into the second half. They pretty much put the foot on the gas pedal in the third quarter and into the fourth. But like I said, Mavericks needed a mammoth comeback. They got it. And if you want to compare this comeback compared to the one they did in Game 4 against Oklahoma City, there's some similarities. The lead was 15. They have an extra minute to get this comeback going, but they got the job done. No similarity. Dirk Nowitzki had a big game, especially in the final few minutes. And that leads me to what the Mavericks need to do to take care of business in Game 3, 4, and 5. So this is what they got to do. I made a little list. First and foremost, hang on to the ball. Giving up the ball 20 times, usually you lose that game. Mavericks were lucky. They came out with the win. And that's one thing they need to do. Hold on to the ball better, protect the ball better. Of course, Miami's one of the better defensive teams in the league, and I'll give the Heat credit. When they come out, when they get a turnover, I've never seen a team get to the basket quicker, faster than the Heat. I gotta give the Heat credit for that. But that's one thing the Mavericks need to do. Protect that ball, limit the turnovers, don't give the Heat easy opportunities. They're a good team. You don't want to aid their effort along with turnovers. You don't want to do that. Second, rebound. Mavericks were dominated on the boards in Game 1, but they turned it around, especially on the offensive boards where they had 12 offensive boards compared to, and I'm going to show this total, how many offensive rebounds the Miami Heat had. You got it. 4. Great improvement on the Dallas Mavericks part, trying to limit the double chances that the Heat was getting. They need to do more of that. And the Heat's one of the finer rebounding teams. That's kind of a weakness for the Dallas Mavericks. The rebounding kind of a work in progress. They need to improve on that in order for them to win the next 3 games. And third, more scoring support for Dirk. Now, Dirk got some support from Sean Marion, who came up with 20 points. Dirk had 24. And they need some more scoring punch. A guy's name was not, he hasn't been involved in the series much, and he needs to get going. J.J. Barea, the pest I like to call him. He needs to be involved on the defense. He needs to be involved in the offense. He needs to have a big game. I think the time bomb is ticking on J.J., and I think that time bomb's going to go off on Sunday night. Expect J.J. to really come out big in Game 3. Mark that down. You heard it here. J.J.'s going to have a big game. And somebody else needs to have a big game, too. That's what I'm thinking. Jason Kidd. Now, I know he's dishing the ball left and right, but he needs to get his shot going. He can hit the three-pointers well. All he needs to do is just drive and take a chance and make some baskets closely as well. And if someone else is wide open, good. If he has a better shot close in, take the close-in shot. And that's another thing the Mavericks need to do. Drive the ball inside. Fouls are there. Easy baskets are there. It's time to turn the tables and do a Dwayne Wade on the Heat. Get fouls, get to the line, get points. If they do all those four things, the Mavericks will win game 3. As a matter of fact, I don't know how the psyche is on the Miami Heat. You can say that their ego is bruised, because there's nothing better than to do a historic, epic comeback on the other team's court. And when that comeback was completed, you could barely hear noise. It was silent, except for all those folks from Dallas cheering, because they did something again historic. What historic comebacks, what surprises the Mavericks will have, we'll see in the next 3 games. It's going to be fun for the next 3. And note I said 3, because that last road trip will be the last road trip for the Dallas Mavericks. I say they could go on a 3-game streak and win the championship in Game 5. I said 6. I don't think there'll be another road trip planned for the Mavericks. They will win the championship at home. Trust me on this. I have a feeling they're going to go 3 straight games. I know Miami's a good team. They got the talent. After all, they kind of built this basketball dynasty. They're kind of about a dynasty. They're doing what the Yankees are doing. I think I mentioned that in the last episode of the 16th. So the Mavericks will take care of business. They'll win in 3. Dirk Nowitzki will go off like mad. I think his bounce back is back. As he's sore-handed all, he's going to do some damage. As you watch. I'm going to do a brand new segment on the 16. It's called Donnie's Rants. This is some things I've been watching during the finals, some things that have been on my mind. Just want to vent. So here we go. ESPN's coverage. I have a brand new term for this situation. And ESPN's more guilty about this than anything. Now, Stuart Scott, Magic, John, Michael, they're doing a great job on the pregame show. And Doris Burke is doing a wonderful job on the sideline coverage, getting you any information that you don't see when you're watching the game. She's right there. She's doing a great job. But the 3 guys calling the game, Mike Green, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy, I have a new term. It's called lips locked to butt play-by-play. I think they're drinking way too much of the Miami Heat Kool-Aid. I'm expecting the Kool-Aid man to just barge right into the court down in Miami, because they're just gulping the Miami Heat Kool-Aid, and everything they say is like pro-Miami Heat. And I would not say anti-Dallas, but all the good things that the Dallas Mavericks do, they double up when the Heat doesn't. It's, oh, Devontae, he's wonderful. Chris Bosh, oh, he's a wonderful player. Dwayne Wade, wow, what a move. And when the Dallas Mavericks do something, it's like, oh, great, Dirk Nowitzki hit a basket. These guys are insane. This is the reason why I kind of like TNT's coverage of NBA action. I mean, Charles Barkley, I miss you. I mean, you're the one that said Mavericks going to win this thing. I think he's right. I miss Barkley. I miss that TNT group. And once, it's all, ESPN, ABC, this is pretty much the contractual deal. The finals will be their puppy. But the bad news is they are so much East Coast homers. It's unbelievable. So if you're upset like I am about the coverage of ESPN's, ABC's kiss butt to the Miami Heat, just do this. And you can help out both ratings here. Turn down the TV sound. turn up Chuck Cooperstein and Brad Davis because they're doing a great job calling the action on the Dallas Mavericks radio network. And oh, by the way, that's on ESPN radio station, but you're not going to find any kissing butt on that broadcast. Chuck and Brad do a great job. Everyone else on that coverage on the radio does a great job as well. You might want to do that. Let's fed up with me and all this homerism. I don't know if it'll change much. I think they're getting a little bit of that heat, sort of kind of what's going on with them and their play-by-play. But if you're, like I said, if you're upset by what you're hearing, just turn down the TV, turn up the radio, listen to the game there. It's all going to be good. Another beef I have, and you know, the 16. I like doing this, telling you what's going on with the games and my little synopsis of what happened and what's to come. I don't really like the way I'm doing this. This kind of looks like a video blog. As a matter of fact, it smells like a video blog. Ben Rogers from the Ben and Skin Show has a term called grow the show. Right? So I'm trying to grow the 16. What if the 16 was a plant? What would be the seed to make it grow? Interviews. Unfortunately, with no credentials, I can't interview players, coaches, people who are covering this game. I mean, that's pretty much what I do and what I do best. I mean, the show gets better once I go out there, interview people, talk to the people, and, get their opinions of what's going on. So, this show, the 16, is okay, but it could be better. And thanks to the NBA turning me down, this is what you're gonna get. Me behind the camera, me looking at my ugly face, talking and stuff like that. The only thing that makes it prettier is I found a nice park here in Dallas. As you can see, it's spring. Well, it's summertime. The weather's getting kind of warm, and nice greenery. And it's Saturday morning. The kids and the parents are out and about. Over my shoulder over here, there's a baseball game, Little League kids practicing and stuff. And, it's nice to have that, but I'd rather be out this afternoon at the AAC watching the players practice and getting some interviews for you, because that is what I do best. Go out there, get some interviews, entertain you guys. But this is what I have to do. This is it. This is pretty much the 16. This is me and you gabbing away. I know what you're thinking. Donnie, shut up. So with that in mind, those are Donnie's rants that I have. I may have more rants for you. Or I want to rename this Donnie's just spouting off at the mouth. That's what I did for the last 5 minutes. Anyway. Nothing else to tell you about this coming Game 3, and you know the deal. Oh, by the way, a little side note about Game 3 and why Game 3 is super important. Since they switched to the 2-3-2 format, after the first 2 games when both teams are tied at 1-1, the team that has won Game 3 has went on to win the series and the championship. It's an 11-0 undefeated record. That's how pivotal it is. Maybe it's kind of a psychological thing. Once you get over the hump and win Game 3, you're going to feel good. You're going to put the other team behind the 8 ball a little bit and make them play come back, make them go have the uphill climb. But that's what's coming up with Game 3. It's pretty much one of those pivotal games, and whoever wins it is likely going to win the NBA title. It happened in 2006 when the Mavericks had that lead, and they let it slip away in the fourth. I have a feeling this Mavericks team is a little more determined than what you saw in 2006. You saw Davici's determination, you saw Jason Terry's determination. The whole team in that 6-20 in Game 2 pretty much got their, let's just say they got their intensity back. I think they got it all back. And now you're at home, speaking of the crowd, is it me or the Miami Heat's crowd wasn't that loud? I mean, it's the NBA Finals. You gotta be a little bit more really enthused about it. I think most of the Heat fans were like, you know, looking around trying to see who. It's like the Laker crowd. They're trying to see which celebrities are here. Who's sitting in the lower bowl? Oh, is that J-Lo? Oh, Johnson Concept? Jimmy Robinson. They're all kind of looking around just to see, where their friends are and stuff like that. It's more like an event more than a game. And Maverick fans, if you go to that game, if you go into games 3, 4, and 5, just go nuts. Just go wild come Sunday night and Tuesday and Thursday, because Dallas, we're about to make history. I can feel it. The next 3 games, I think we'll wrap this thing up. This is me. I think things are gonna be breaking down. Of course, LeBron will have a good game. Wade will have a good game. But I think this Maverick team is more determined. No matter what the Heat will bring at them, Mavericks will double it and triple it, and they're gonna put them down. Mark it. Thursday night, whatever game 5 is gonna be, will be historic, and it's gonna be fun. And speaking of fun, I always love to do this. It's time for our magical NBA championship markdown sheet. Here we are. Let's mark this thing down. We gotta win Miami. Eliminate 4. We got 3 more to go. And this one I'm gonna save for game 5. Circle that down. 3 more wins left in this, buddy. And the Mavericks are going to do whatever it takes to bring the NBA championship to the DFW. It will be a glorious sports day, sports summer once that happens. And we're all going to watch. And to take another jab at LeBron James, we're all going to be witnesses. And the next time we will see you here on the 16th, we will either talk about, well, I'm going to be positive about it. We're going to talk about a Dallas Mavericks championship, all right? After they wrap up here, the next edition of the 16, we're going to mark off 3, 2, and 1. Put it down there. Thank you for watching the 16, the 2011 Dallas Mavericks playoff run. I'm Donnie. More 16 coming your way here on the Dallas. Yeah, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Here on the Donnie Sports 17 Network on YouTube. I wanna be around to see how he does it when he breaks your little heart to bits. Let's see if the puzzle fits so fine. And that is where I discover that revenge is sweet. Hey, when I stand up and applaud from a front row seat, when someone breaks your heart like you,
want something, I'ma go get it. At first it be all struggle, then it's all credit. See, back in the day, getting on was mad hectic. Looking for my start in hip-hop like Cedar and Sedgwick. I knew I loved music, ideas sparked the fuse lit. I had talent and knew it, but had yet to prove it, yo. I ran the ciphers and the shows.